WAN Show time!
Hey!
I'm actually excited for WAN Show today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because as soon as I'm done WAN Show... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I thought as soon as I was done WAN Show, we were going to be going out for fun. But actually, as soon as I'm done WAN Show, I need to shoot the other half of a video. So, oh, wow. That... Oh.
It's going to be a great week, everyone. We have really awesome news. First topic.
I started out up here.
Just went really far down.
Yeah. That was unfortunate.
If you want a topic that starts on a confusing note instead of a high or low,
yeah.
We've got Wal-Mart is making gaming PCs.
Yeah, and not just like they're selling gaming PCs from iBuyPower. Like,
no.
These are Wal-Mart gaming towers.
But like, they don't look that horrible?
Apple quietly added Radeon Vega GPU options to the MacBook Pro. That is pretty sick. I have no idea how that's going to affect the thermals.
Trusted Reviews pays £1 million?
Yeah.
After Red Dead Redemption 2 leaks.
So this is really confusing to me. And I'm going to... So, yeah, we'll have to...
Do that. Go over that later.
You know what? That's going to be what we're calling an interactive topic segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm creating branding for it.
I like it.
That's where Luke and I have no idea what the crap is going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to be really relying on you, the viewer, to kind of walk us through. So I'm going to start with what I think is going on.
Wait, we're changing the name WAN Show?
We probably should change the name of the WAN Show. Because it's like not really analysis and news. It's more like... weekly
judgment and news,
weekly shooting the breeze, and there's not a lot of news anymore. So
there's some technically.
Yeah, there's some, but it's like usually just like about our lives. So, finally, Apple launches a vintage repair program for Macs and iPhones. Okay, I've got one more news topic before we jump into the intro here, and that is that the Galaxy Watch has quite possibly the worst activity tracker that I have ever encountered. Almost every single time I walk down the stairs, I get a little buzz on my wrist. Well done, great workout. No. I was going down the stairs, and it was telling me what a good job I was doing right now. I'm sitting here like this. Yes, I'm waving my arms around. Maybe that's how I don't get fat.
You're just so animated.
Talking with my hands. Talking with your hands. It's going to be the new workout sensation.
Oh, God.
And on that note, bye. Leave it. Hey! Don't touch it. I like the mic arm in the middle of the frame, regardless of where the host is sitting. I don't know, Jake.
FreshBooks.
Private internet access. And Squarespace. No,
Squarespace.
I don't have the thing up right now, so I can't even tell what you're changing.
That looks a little better.
Yeah, it does look a little better. All right, Jake, good work. All right.
But now it's off the white line thing.
Yeah, wait, what do you even...
And like that, the white line thing isn't centered either, and that's bad.
I changed the focus.
You know what? Just
should be in the
yeah,
middle.
he didn't move the camera. It's fine. Who cares? Let's just. It's.
all right.
I mean, it's WAN Show. What are people's expectations of this at this point? Like
Speaking about questionable expectations, Walmart gaming PCs.
Wal-Mart gaming PCs. Okay, so
What the plot?
here we go. Wal-Mart has partnered with Esports Arena to create its. Go ahead, please.
OP line of pre-built gaming desktops, also known as very definitely overpowered. That's what that means. It means overpowered.
Really? Like, okay.
They're not even trying to.
Who was the marketing executive that was like?
I don't think that's that bad.
Really?
I just think it's a decent,
The OP DTW1.
Okay, that's bad.
That is terrible.
I didn't know that part.
Or the OP DTW2. That's another model.
If it was like just OP1 and OP2, that could be okay.
Yeah, but it sounds more like a model name and less like a brand. The overpowered or OP line of, and they have desktops and laptops here.
But is this going to be like the like GeForce before the other thing? You know what I mean? I don't think it's that bad.
All right. I mean, I guess there's certainly worse out
There's
there.
like
there's some
in
pretty
light
bad
of
gaming
in light of
brands.
some of the not even just that in light of some of the general naming that's happened recently.
I'm coming around.
What's that new? Isn't
All
it a Samsung phone?
I'm coming around to it. Yeah, where it like goes backwards or whatever stupid thing. It
Like at
was in
least
an
they're not
A-series,
doing
I think.
something weird like that. I don't know.
All right. Okay. All right. I've come around to it. I mean, honestly, it's a lot less cringy than Republic of Gamers, which we only accept because it's been around for so long.
And everyone ever tries as hard as they can to make sure they can throw the abbreviation in instead of the full name.
Yes.
ROG is like pretty cool.
ROG sounds fine.
Yeah.
Republic of Gamers, which was what they were. It is remarkable to me what ASUS has done with the Republic of Gamers brand, because the first product that launched under it was awful. I'm serious. Our RMA
What even
rates,
was it?
It was the Striker Extreme. It was an Enforce 680 chipset motherboard,
Oh.
if I recall correctly. Was it 680? You know, don't quote me on that. I think it's 680, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, it was the Striker Extreme. Don't remember what the chipset was. And our RMA rate on that at NCIX was like 40%. Yeah.
For a month.
And it was like a $450 or $500 motherboard or something stupid like that. I can bring it. Yeah, I should bring up the picture. So Striker Extreme. Here we go. I'll screen share with you guys here. Look at this. Tweaktown review. Not 1 star. 1 star. This board was that bad.
Wow.
Oh, well, yeah, it was. N4 680i SLI.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know what memory it did work with. Because you could put random memory in it, you could put generic memory in it, you could put high-end memory in it, you could put SLI certified memory. That was
Heck
a thing
yeah.
for a bit
Yeah,
there. And the idea was that it was certified for NVIDIA chips. You could put anything in this board, and then you could roll a die, pray to whatever gods it is that you believe in, and turn around 6 times in a circle and, you know, go like this, and none of it would affect anything. It might work, it might not. It was an awful motherboard, but they've really turned that around. They've really turned that around, which is good.
Good job,
Good for them.
guys.
Good for them. Good for gamers. Anyway, back to the OP line of gaming desktops from Wal-Mart. The DTW1 is the entry-level model with a Core i7-8700, 16 gigs of memory, and NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070, 256 gigs of solid-state storage, and a 2 terabyte hard drive for $13.99. That's actually not that bad.
Yeah. Honestly, that was my first thought when I looked at this, was like, oh.
Should we review it?
Yeah.
I was kind of asking them, but sure, yes.
Whatever.
Should we review it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because
The Walmart gaming computer.
I would be very
Yeah.
interested as a consumer.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a decent price, whatever.
Sure.
But my like techie consumer brain is like, what memory is that? What board is that? What drive is that? All that kind of
Because
stuff.
From what I can tell, Walmart has no experience whatsoever. So it seems like, okay. To me, building a gaming computer is a pretty straightforward thing. I could literally do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
But there's people who haven't been living and breathing it for the last decade. There's a
Yeah.
lot that they can screw up.
The headers are complicated.
So I'm like cable management and like, you know, little things like, you know, putting the drives in a cage that doesn't have a cooling fan next to it.
Yeah.
So that it'll run hotter. And it's not going to kill it immediately, but it's just like little things you can do to optimize the system. And I would want to see, does Walmart have the gaming know-how to do this correctly? Okay, you know what? We're going to do it. Even if we have to drive down to the States, we're going to do it. We're going to buy a Walmart OP gaming desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I would be
my
very.
commitment.
Apparently, they're making gaming laptops as well.
Yeah, but those are probably just rebranded Clevos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming. I haven't actually seen the picture. I should
I was going
probably
to say
check the source.
Sega, but yeah, Clevo's the parent company of them, anyways. Or something.
He meant Sager, not Sega. It
Yes.
came out Sega.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
Anyways.
Yeah, definitely not Sega.
Because I'm very much expecting, like, they obviously are throwing in NVIDIA cards and Intel CPUs. And I'm expecting the rest of it is just going to be as cheap as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are Clevos. Those look like
They look like
Those are the
Clevos.
most generic looking chassis of all time.
Yeah.
And I know Clevo does this goofy offset touchpad thing. Like, why there? Why? What reason would you have for wanting it there?
I actually really tried to think of one while we were sitting there, but I can't.
So there's that, and then there's the DTW1, W2, W3, and the main difference is just stepping up the graphics card. Really, this has got a 1080 Ti, this is a 1080, and this is a 1070. Your gateway to elevate. It's so weird scrolling through like gaming computers with a Wal-Mart logo at the top of the page.
Yeah.
Transcend your expectations.
What are those?
Overpowered.
Are those the laptop boxes?
Yeah, those are the
Okay.
laptop box. Why would it be overpowered? And why is there a puffer fish here? I mean, the bomb I get.
And the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet I get. Is this like to make sure you don't buy the like entry level one?
Maybe.
Game
that game
on.
on looks like Serious Sam.
It does too. Wow, yeah, it really does. This is actually kind of cheaply done.
Yeah, it really is.
You can tell that was not very well thought out there. Over 125 premium brands from Lord & Taylor, now at Walmart. Like, it's so weird. Lord & Taylor and Gaming PCs on the same page. And you can always tell when like a company's not used to carrying a certain thing because it's under video games.
Yeah.
Like, sure. All right. Anyway, okay. Yeah, easy conclusion. We're going to go
Should
ahead.
we
We're
straw
gonna
poll
review
the
one.
chat?
With what? Like which one to get?
What? No, whether or not they think it's going to be a complete failure or not.
For sure. Do you want to
Sure,
hit that?
yeah.
All right. I'm going to jump onto, you know what? I'll do a couple super chats before we move on there. All right. I can never tell what order they're in. Okay. We've got Chris. Hi, Chris. We've got Stefan. Hi, Stefan. We've got Arrow. Did you know there's a body pillow with you on it? Whoa.
What?
No. That's okay. Hold on a second. We might be veering off topic a little bit here. Go ahead and get that.
Discount code.
You want to shut up?
Okay, I got a straw poll coming.
Is there just a company that makes custom body pillows?
I'm sure there is.
No, I don't see it. Wait, need portrait image of Linus for hug pillow. Senpai tech tips.
Straw poll's coming in the chat, guys.
Okay. So all I found so far is a picture of me with a body pillow,
Not the same.
which is not the same thing. You're so obsessed with that channel, I'm surprised you don't have a Linus hug pillow. When is this from? This is from 2014, which is good because of that. So that's been changed by now, so that's good. Okay, yeah, no. I don't think that's a thing.
I haven't seen one.
I don't think that's a thing. I think someone would have tweeted that at me by now if that was a thing that actually existed. Yeah, it's more like rant show. This is not a rant show. We very rarely spend the entire show ranting.
Yeah, let's rant about that.
Did you hear about hashtag Wall Street Journal kills kids on Twitter?
What the heck?
No, I actually stay shockingly far away from Twitter and like whatever is trending on Twitter. All right, what else we got here? What happens when you drop a can of water on a PC, asks Chris. It dies. Hi, Nicole. Dorf says, I've been watching you for years and took my girlfriend pointing it out to realize it. You look like a Keebler elf. Thank you, Dorf. Okay, moving on then.
Brandon Offset just cracks up laughing.
What's a Keebler elf? Like, do you get the reference?
Yes.
Oh, what can you come explain on stream for the idiots in the audience like me who don't know what it is? You'll show me a photo. Well, no, here, I mean, I can Google a photo. All right, let's find out what a Keebler elf is.
The guy, he's on the...
You can just send my screen. I already got it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So they're like the guys from like the Rudolph holiday special then. Like, is that a Keebler? Oh, wait, no, is it
No,
like a brand?
I think Keebler's a brand.
Yeah, it's a brand. He also reminds me of the guy from Rice Krispies.
Okay,
Yeah.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. There's 3 guys from Rice Krispies.
It's like he's the old version of those guys.
Okay. Oh boy, I feel like we've gone off the rails a little bit here. Do you want to send me the, or actually, do you have the results of the straw poll up?
Yeah.
All right, let's get that straw poll going here. Results. Wow.
That's actually quite a bit of confidence, in my opinion.
Wal-Mart PC, complete failure. We are almost exactly evenly split on this. I can't even believe that. The community is never so evenly divided on an issue. 51% of you are saying yes. Walmart PC complete failure. 49% saying no. Okay, let's get back to that for a minute. So I want to know what you think.
I don't think it will be.
Why?
Hardware, a long time ago, if you bought a bunch of cheap stuff,
Yep.
you were probably going to be screwed. Hardware today is actually generally quite stable.
Okay.
And I think relies a little bit more on fewer components, if that makes sense. So I think they'll be able to get by cheaping out on a few different things.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
Based on that their pricing makes sense
Yeah.
and that the configs make sense. The
Yeah.
fact that they went with the 8700.
Well, yeah. If that was different, I also read that. If that was
Yep.
different, I would have maybe had less confidence.
I probably wouldn't have put 32 gigs in the DTW2. That's the one thing that I might have changed here because you can always upgrade RAM. You can never ungrade RAM.
Walmart's probably going to assume that you're not going to. If you're buying a computer from Walmart.
That's fair. And six cores, 12 threads, 32 gigs
I think
of RAM.
32 gigs on that system is probably fair.
Using it as both a gaming rig and a budget workstation. Okay, all right. I'm sold. So based on the fact that they've clearly done some research here, I'm actually in the not fail camp as well. So we are going to see who ends up being right about
It's going to
that.
be interesting. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's going to be like a home run or anything, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be a complete failure.
In other news, Apple quietly adds Radeon Vega GPU option to their MacBook Pro. And we've got a link to Ars Technica here, so I guess we're going to go ahead with that. But what also might have been nice to just have a link to apple.com. And Thunderbolt 3 equipped Macs can make use of a new Blackmagic eGPU Pro. I actually don't know what would make it an eGPU Pro. So Apple claims the new GPUs will provide up to, 60% better graphical performance? Yeah, that makes sense, but that's probably a very strong up to, because from our experience with the MacBook Pro, unless they are making some significant changes to the cooling system, which I sincerely doubt that they did, it is running at within a hair's breadth of its total limit for how fast it can go before it experiences catastrophic thermal throttling. So, if you're running both the CPU and the GPU hard at the same time, I just have a really hard time imagining how they aren't both going to end up throttling.
Yeah.
But in a best case scenario, like for example, if you were gaming and the game you were playing only used a couple of CPU threads, I could see this being a very significant performance upgrade. Blackmagic also has their new eGPU Pro, which will have a Radeon RX Vega 56 graphics processor. Okay. It's just like a pre-done external GPU. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't that familiar with Blackmagic's thing because I couldn't really figure out any reason that anyone would buy it. Because you could just buy any eGPU because Thunderbolt 3 is a standard and you could just plug it in. That is to say, as long as it has a new enough Thunderbolt 3 chipset. So I don't think Alpine Ridge worked, but then Titan Ridge should be fine. Don't quote me on that, though. I can't keep track of the code names for the different Thunderbolt 3 chipsets, and it's a live show. I don't have time to look things up. All right.
Apparently people are linking the body pillow in Discord, but because I'm assuming our bot blocks out links.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But
All
then
right.
I'm not signed in.
Well,
So
we can cross that bridge when we get to it.
yeah.
All right. What else do we got here? Oh boy, this again. Apple slows down last year's iPhones with iOS 12.1. I mean, there was a whole thing where iOS 12 was actually giving people with older phones significantly better performance. Like a lot of people were giving Apple really positive feedback about iOS 12. It looks like they've taken all that positive feedback and put it in a fire. So with iOS 12.1, Apple has brought its controversial performance management feature to the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and 10. So this functionality throttles the phone's processor as its battery degrades over time, and it can stop the handset from randomly shutting down, which is good, but it can also cause its performance to degrade, which is less good. The good counterpoint to that last point is that it can be turned off if desired. Now, I have an easy solution to this problem. How about Apple puts bigger batteries in their phones in the first place, if they care about the user experience? I actually was, okay, and again, I haven't done the background research on this. I haven't done my car review yet, so I still have some digging to do. But I was impressed to hear when I walked onto the lot and this was at a Chevy dealership, I told them I was already planning to buy their car. And I told them my reasoning. The reason that I wanted the Chevy Volt was because the electric range was advertised such that even when I factored in 5 years of lithium cell aging and cold weather, I would still get the desired range, which was about 45 kilometers.
Right.
And they were like, oh, that's not actually how it works. We only discharge the battery down to about 30%, and we only charge it up to about 80%, like when it rolls off the lot. And so you're actually only using about half of the capacity of the battery from day one. And then over time, as the cells degrade, it will expose more of it so that, and I forget what the period of time it was. It was either 5 or 10 years or whatever it was. Over the period of time that you use the car, there should be no noticeable difference in the user experience. And so on the Android side of things, what they do is they just stuff gigantic batteries in the phones as big as they can. You look at something like the OnePlus 6T. That's actually a really slim device, and it's got a 3,700 milliamp hour battery.
Yeah.
And they give you all of it, and then it just degrades over time. I can get behind that particular approach. Like, obviously, the ideal one would be you have extra. You build in spare area so that the user's experience is always consistent. But when you're going to have competitors that are exposing all the battery capacity, you have to be able to go toe-to-toe with them in reviews, so I understand why you can't really do that.
I'm also more okay with the fully exposed battery on a phone, and
Yes.
I'm more okay with the not fully exposed battery on a car.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep. It's
Like
totally
a phone,
different.
you're going to be cycling it out. A car, you're probably going to want to keep for a longer period of time.
Yep.
And resale and all that kind of stuff.
And then Apple's approach is, in order to preserve battery life and make sure the device doesn't turn off, it is to throttle the performance. I'm kind of surprised they're sticking with this. Like, I get that if this was the plan all along, to roll this out for the iPhone 8, the 8 Plus, and the 10, that by the time this whole thing blew up in their face, it was probably too late to set a different course. Like, in order to keep these phones from turning off because they were so close to like the bleeding edge where they were going to potentially draw too much power once they were down to a low percentage of battery life left and they were just going to like turn off. Like if that was the plan, there's nothing that they can do to undo that other than just change the amount of battery life that is exposed to the user so that the old
Which would
15%
be way more controversial.
becomes 0% to make sure that it won't just turn off. And I'd be more mad about that personally.
A lot. I think most people would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like to see if maybe they change this strategy moving forward. Whether that be, like, I don't know. I don't even know what they would do. Do they try and get more power efficient on the processor and worry less about delivering more performance? Because that would work.
Well, you can turn it off, right?
You can turn the feature off. Yes. You know, here's the thing. My aunt needs a new phone. Did I talk about this on WAN Show last week?
Don't think so.
Okay, so my aunt needs a new phone. And I feel like it's really easy sometimes for people like us and people like our viewers, who I'm generalizing, but probably in a way that's pretty accurate, are among the more tech-savvy people in their social circles, right? So what Apple's doing is annoying to us, and it feels wrong to us. But you got to remember that Apple is not like some enthusiast brand. They're not OnePlus. They're not ROG or whatever the case may be. We can't make assumptions about the amount of research and self-education that the user of an Apple product has done before they purchase it.
Yeah.
And so I had this sort of enlightening experience where my aunt is upgrading her phone, and I was trying to talk to her about Android, because right now she's got an iPhone 5C, and it is definitely time for something new.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to go get an iPhone. And I was like, okay, look, it's the same as an iPhone. She goes, it's the same as an iPhone? It's an iPhone? I go, no, it's not an iPhone. And she goes, well, how is it the same? And I go, look, what do you do with your phone? And she goes, I answer calls. And I go, okay. Android is the same. And I pick up an Android phone. I think it was a Note 5 or something. Because I'm trying to save her a buck. Because she's going to walk into like a Bell store or Rogers store. I think she's on Rogers. She's going to walk into a Rogers store. They're going to sell her an iPhone XS Max or whatever. And it's stupid. Because literally that is all she does. I know that for a fact. She actually also sends text messages. But that really is it. Like
SwiftKey's pretty great.
I tried to explain Google Maps and like, okay, oh man, I love my aunt, but holy cow, sometimes like she kept bringing the CD player over to our house. I'm like, look, I have Google Play Music. I put a phone on the counter. Like it is dedicated to just Google Play Music. Here's how it works. You unlock it, and the pin is something very easy for her to remember. And then you press music, and then you just type in any song. Any album. It's amazing. You'd love it. And then you press play. And then there's one tricky part. There's just one tricky part. You have to press cast,
cast
and select kitchen and living room.
Yeah.
Okay? And I hadn't even gotten to cast yet. And she's like, okay, hold on. I got to start writing this down. I'm like, no, you don't have to write it down. Because all you do is you just turn it on, which I think is self-explanatory. You press music, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. And the thing is that she's not stupid. It's just that this is not a part of her life.
Not her wheelhouse.
And it never was.
No.
And so coming back to Apple and this particular strategy. Oh, right. So I was showing her how to use the Android phone. And I'm like, look, you just press the phone. It's a picture of a phone. And then you just key in a number. It's the same. She was really tired that day and she didn't want to deal with it. So she just left. But we're gonna get there.
Sure.
But the point is, Apple's typical user is probably closer to my aunt than they are to me.
They one thing that I will drop in here is that Apple does have its own enthusiasts.
It does. Oh,
quite a few.
For sure.
Like a lot.
But I said typical user.
And they're, yes.
And I think the enthusiast population is a sliver of a sliver of a sliver of a niche.
Yeah. They definitely exist, but yeah.
But they absolutely do. I mean, I would even go as far as to say that there are no fewer Apple mobile enthusiasts than there are Android mobile enthusiasts. It would be incorrect to say that Android is the OS for mobile enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Wrong.
I just wanted to let us go down that road for a second so people didn't freak out in the comments or something.
Oh,
I like iPhones and I'm an enthusiast. Blah, 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 blah.
Of course you do, and of course you are, and that's fine.
Yeah. Not the point.
The point is the typical user. That's why I specifically called out OnePlus, not Android in general. Although they're going more mainstream. They're in T-Mobile now. So there's literally thousands of stores worldwide, nationwide in the US that are going to be pushing the OnePlus 6T. I was like, oh, good for you guys. That's cool. Anyway, so back to the typical user. I suspect they neither notice nor care in a lot of cases. Because you got to remember, even the more normie users online are still probably more connected. Because like even people who don't care about smart functionality at all, like who might not even have a data plan, they're still buying smartphones these days because where are you going to get a flip?
You can get them.
You can get them, but they're like kind of garbage.
Yeah.
They're like actually disposable phones.
Yeah.
In most cases. So
I was thinking the other day, if I didn't have the work that I currently have, like because the vast majority of the time that I'm on my phone is for work.
You'd be a drug dealer?
No.
Is that where you're going with this?
No.
Well, how does this tie into flip phones?
I honestly wouldn't use very much on the phone.
Yeah.
And like I could actually pretty easily get by with a flip phone. And maps. I really like maps.
I'm having a really hard time with my Pixel 3 XL review because I don't typically use canned benchmarks to measure battery life because my usage is pretty consistent, like the way that I use my phone, except that a few days into my Pixel 3 XL review, I kind of made an early New Year's resolution to stop consuming political news. And probably a good 50 to 60% of my screen time was like political news before that.
Yeah.
So I ended the day yesterday with 82% on my Pixel 3 XL battery because Google does a great job of idle battery management on the Pixel lineup, for sure.
Yep.
And I barely touched my phone. Like, it's crazy. Over the last few years, it used to be I couldn't go 5 minutes without getting a phone call or a text.
Are you sure
whatever.
that's entirely because of the political thing, or is that because you don't like the experience so much that you're just using it less?
Okay, there's a little bit of me not liking the experience that much, but I also definitely
Yeah, because I know you did that.
I've cut down my consumption.
Yeah.
Shoot, I forget where I was going before. That's fine.
Someone in chat just said, don't forget flips are used for tough environments.
Yeah, they've got some pretty rugged smartphones these days too, though. Just throwing that out there.
Yes.
All right, so let's finish up here. Apple's position is iPhone 8 and later use a more advanced. Don't you love that? They don't call it the iPhone, an iPhone. It's iPhone, like it's a person or something. I'm not going to do it. The iPhone 8 and later use a more advanced hardware and software design that provides a more accurate estimation of both power needs and the battery's power capability to maximize overall system performance. This allows a different performance management system that more precisely allows iOS to anticipate and avoid an unexpected shutdown. As a result, the impacts of performance management may be less noticeable on the iPhone 8 and later.
Someone in chat said, Casey Mack in the YouTube chat, I'm trying to pay a little bit of attention to both, said, I can't believe Linus covered an iPhone. That's a very confusing statement.
Yeah. I've been doing iPhone reviews for literally years. Like 4 years or something.
Even
like
iMac and MacBook.
Yep.
And iPad.
Yep. And I have even given some very positive iPhone reviews.
Yeah. They just don't come out that often, right?
Yeah, there's that. I mean, it's once a year. And we don't like hang on and do like iPhone video after iPhone video. Like we'll kind of cover it at launch and then we consider that sort of good enough.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, basically any other product, but like.
I mean, we're not like an iPhone review channel, which is sort of a thing.
I don't know. This has been a very frustrating thing for me over the last little while. So I did that one video where I talked about all the things I didn't like about the iPhone XS, and I still don't like them.
Yeah.
And I'm still not going to use it as my daily driver. But it's not because I hate Apple or that I hate the iPhone XS. It's just I don't think it's the best choice. And I'm a tech reviewer. I can use literally any device I want. And if I can, then I will use something else. But I also don't. Did I say I don't hate them first? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, this was bizarre. So then, because I did feel like that particular piece, like I think even if my personal preference is
the wrong way.
not to use an iPhone XS, it doesn't mean I hate it. And I think my original piece was overly negative. And so we were already planning to do a counterpoint piece. 10 things that are great about the iPhone.
Which is a cool idea when both of those pieces are opinion pieces anyways. They're not reviews.
Yeah, neither of them were reviews, to be very clear. And it feels like our community was split in twain. And, you know, half the comments on the initial piece are that I'm clearly paid off by Google or Samsung or whoever else the case may be because I'm just trashing the iPhone. And then half the comments on the iPhone one are that Apple clearly sent a big bucket of money for us to say positive things about the iPhone. I'd like to set this clear once and for all so that it can never be forgotten or misunderstood again. If we were paid for something, you would know because it would say sponsored by the name of whoever gave the money for it.
Been kind of doing it forever.
In the video.
It's happened a lot.
And we would say verbally, sponsored by or thanks to or whatever it is, to be very clear.
Is it also in the description?
Yeah.
So it's on screen, it's verbally said, and it's in the description.
Apple has never paid us to do anything, and they have never even accepted a phone call or an email. So no, that didn't happen. What happened was that they're just products. They're just phones and laptops and motherboards. That's all they are. There is no tribe that you join by buying a product. I mean, Okay, I shouldn't say that because there kind of is, but I reject that reality and I substitute my own because it's ridiculous.
I agree. Someone in chat brought up a pretty good point, though.
Yeah.
You are paid off by BlackBerry.
I am?
Obviously, yeah. Or else you wouldn't have the opinion of being against both sides. We have figured out the conspiracy.
Ah. Well, I don't have to be paid. They're just my Canadian bros sort of now, Chinese. Licensed to TCL.
Have we? When was the last time we covered a BlackBerry?
I reviewed the Key 2.
Oh.
Yeah, like
didn't
quite
actually know
recently,
you did that.
actually, and it
Okay.
did not get a good review. So BlackBerry's paying me a bunch of money. They are not getting a great value out of that. You know, quite frankly, I think I am setting myself up for another wave of hate right now. So I just almost finished the script for my Pixel 3 XL review, and it is pretty negative.
Yeah. Well, do you remember what I was talking about? I said for months I was just going to buy a Pixel 3 when it came out, and I haven't yet, and I've still got my one, and it's feeling really old.
Sorry, I have a Note 9 in my pocket right now because I just finished my script for the Pixel 3. I forgot I'm not actually carrying it anymore. But there's just a handful of things that are just shockingly stupid. So one, have you got the oh man,
Pie?
Nougat Oreo pie? Yeah, thanks. Have you got the pie update yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Did you notice that when you are watching a video, for example, and you click the volume rocker?
Everything they did to volume is horrible.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
So I have a whole thing on audio management in Android Pie and how
it's
unbelievably
absolute
just
garbage.
shockingly stupid it
I
is.
have missed an obscene amount of calls because I go to lower the volume and it lowers the freaking call volume.
Oh, that's interesting. So I have observed on my Pixel 3 XL that the default system behavior when you're not doing anything is now to adjust media volume rather than ringer volume.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens with yours.
But it's not a single occasion. This has happened over periods of time.
So I basically am going to go off on a fair number of things, and I think the Android/Google fanboys are going to figure I'm paid off by Apple or whatever the case may be. But the reality of it is that to me, these are just products. They're just glass, metal, and plastic. And so if they're really lovely, then they're really lovely. And if they're really not, then they're really not. And that's all there really is to it.
So I'm not on sets anymore. So
Yeah.
I never want my call volume silenced.
Sure.
It's silenced right now.
Are you accidentally mashing your lock and your volume up? Because that's a gesture.
It's very unlikely.
Well, it's a gesture on the Pixel 3 XL. I don't know if it's on this one here. You got to turn it up and then hit it. Yeah, that's probably what you're doing.
But then if you press it again, it
it
doesn't,
doesn't
go back
toggle.
up.
So I rant about that too.
Oh my god. That's probably happening in my pocket just all the time. Why are calls just permanently muted? Like I can't, and it doesn't make them vibrate. And I changed the interaction so that it's supposed to vibrate when ringing, and it still just doesn't most of the time.
Anyway,
Like it's
so
horrible.
I'm bracing myself for the hate storm, but I'm at the point now where I just kind of don't even care because the number of people that said they unsubscribed over that iPhone video was if you read the comments, it was probably similar to the number of people that claimed they unsubscribed over the what was that company that did the benchmarking for Intel again? Performance something I can't remember.
Yeah. It had something to do with
PT?
Justified or
I don't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
neither of those days even registered as blips. So I don't know. It seems to be either vocal minorities or I don't know. I don't something technologies. Dang it, I can't remember. Anyway, why don't we get into our sponsors? FreshBooks. FreshBooks is the super simple to use invoicing tool.
Principled technology.
Principled Technologies, that's it. That actually does a lot more than just help you create and send slick-looking invoices. It helps you track your time with their timesheet function. It helps you manage your expenses and keep track of who owes you what. I just got a well done notification for this watch. Well done, Linus. You were doing this while you were doing the WAN show. Good job. It helps you manage your expenses. I think I already said that. And it tells you when your clients see your invoice for the first time. The mobile app has all the functionality of the desktop version, and it's available for both iOS or Android. So no matter which of the warring camps you find yourself entrenched in, you will be happy with FreshBooks. And if you have any questions or you're not happy for whatever reason, you can reach out to their support staff where you will speak to a real human being. No phone tree, no escalations, no return calls, just answers. So go to freshbooks.com/WAN and enter WAN in the How Did You Hear About Us section when you sign up for your free trial. Today's show is also brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace offers 24/7 support via live chat and email. It's only $12 a month and you get a free domain if you buy Squarespace for the year. All their templates feature responsive design, so your website, whatever it's for, will look great on any device. Every website comes with a free online store so you can engage in online commerce, and it's like so simple. Anyone can do it. Cover Pages allows you to set up a beautiful one-page online presence in minutes, and everyone can. These are really old talking points. Whatever. Squarespace is great. Go check it out. Start a trial with no credit card required. Start building your website today. And when you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use offer code WAN to get 10% off your first purchase. Finally, private internet access. We have kind of a weird deal with these guys, so it kind of doesn't even really matter what I say. PIA. PIA. PIA.
You're just copying my old D-brand sponsor spot.
Really? You did that?
Yeah.
I didn't know you did that.
D-brand retweeted it and it like blew up and stuff.
Oh, really?
It was at CES. I did so many D-brand spots that was just like whatever, and I just said D-brand a whole bunch of times, and people loved it. It was great. It was freaking awesome.
So this PIA sponsor spot has turned into a D-brand spot, and I don't even care. PIA. Check it out today at the link in the video description or at privateinternet.com/pages/linus-tech-tips.
Secure your internet and stuff.
No, we weren't doing any talking points.
I was trying to throw in a yo.
No, you ruined it.
Young kids.
You ruined it.
High schoolers.
Hello, fellow high schoolers.
You should secure your interwebs. Like surfing the net.
Surfing.
It's been a long time.
Is that a thing? Do people still say that?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Okay.
Web surfing?
It seems to be happening a lot lately. Like, someone, I forget who it was, but, and this is, okay, look, it's a direct quote, and I'm sorry for that I have to say it, but it was like, someone said something, and someone replied with, well, your mom's gay. And I was like, I had this like, okay, you know Breath of the Wild, when you find the memories? And it's like, Link's like, I was like transported back to the locker room in grade 8, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, those are words that I haven't heard together, and didn't miss, by the way, in 15 years. And so I feel like this is part of aging. Because I'm experiencing it a lot lately. Surfing the web.
So the more you get older, the more you become like new Link. And just
yeah, I know, right? Have you finished that game yet?
No.
I am close.
Really? It's gonna take me a long time. I don't go on as many trips anymore, and I only play it on trips.
I was horrified to discover that the Switch has a feature that tells you how many hours you've spent in a game. And I looked at that feature.
How much is it?
And there's some idling.
Okay, sure.
But not much.
Okay.
My total playtime for that game is over 130 hours.
Whoa!
I have officially spent more time playing Breath of the Wild in the last 6 months since I got a Switch. I didn't even get a Switch until I had my wisdom teeth out.
That's probably more than
that was like not
all games you've played in the last few years
combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Whoa.
Like, and I'm not counting when I'm like benchmarking or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I have almost literally every armor in the game except the Zora helmet. I'm not sure where you get it. It might be you have to find like the 10 things, and I didn't feel like doing it or something like that. Like, there's a couple of quests I haven't finished. I have my champion's tunic completely upgraded. Which is a real pain in the butt. And I have only looked up 2 things.
Have you done like the challenge islands and stuff? Do you have all the DLC? Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I haven't done the DLC. I've only done the one challenge island that's like already there. So I haven't done any DLC at all. And I've only looked up 2 things so far. And one of them I feel like a complete idiot about. So in the whatever the clan's called, the Hyga clan or something, Higa clan or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But in the clan's headquarters, I did that dungeon like 9 times, getting to the end where, have you done it?
Don't think so.
Okay, well, whatever. There's a dungeon where you're supposed to use...
Might have a long time ago.
Yeah, you're supposed to use magnesis to open a secret door.
Okay.
And the hint is that the room has a bunch of treasure chests, like embedded in the ground, that by that point in the game, I think they've assumed you know that you can grab them out with magnesis, so you're supposed to turn it on and see the hidden door. I had not figured out that game mechanic yet. And I just didn't think to turn it on, even though I'd done a bunch of shrines. Like, I knew that like it was probably a matter of just something like that. So I did it all these times. Finally, I was just like, screw it. I looked up, felt like a complete idiot. And then the other one I looked up was the Xenoblade Chronicles like crossover quest or something like that. And the hint is you got to go to the top of the split snowy mountain peak. And there's a snowy mountain peak that has a huge sword embedded in it. And I went to that one and I stared into the night sky like you're supposed to for a very long time. I was like, this is really stupid. Like, I need to know if this is right. And it turns out it was another one where the peak was like kind of split with a thing. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care because I solved that riddle. Your riddle was bad.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
No. So I don't even feel bad about that one, but that's it. Like everything else I have figured out on my own for better or for worse. So it has taken a very long time. And then sometimes I'll drop in. I'll spend an entire flight just accomplishing nothing, just like going around and finding Korok seeds and crap like that. So it's been like my brain off travel mode thing.
I only play on flights and pretty much only flights actually. I almost never play when I'm actually there. But so when the game first came out, I got a good amount of time on it. Yeah. And then almost immediately it was like, nope.
I have traveled so much this year.
Yeah. No.
It's been stupid. Anyway.
Speaking of which, if you're at IEM Chicago, say hi.
Trusted Reviews pays £1 million after Red Dead Redemption 2 leaks. So this is where I need to plead ignorance and say, look, we're going to walk through what we have in our notes, and I'm going to tell you my knee-jerk reaction, and it might be wrong, okay? Trusted Reviews has pulled an article published in February 2018, that was earlier this year, that revealed unannounced gameplay details about Red Dead Redemption 2, and they have donated a £1 million settlement fee to charities of Rockstar's choice. At the time, the website said it received the documents in August 2017, but decided not to share them as they were unsubstantiated. However, in February 2018, after the information was validated by official promotional material, Trusted Reviews went ahead with the story, stating it had contacted Rockstar for comment. Okay. The link to the article has now been replaced by an apology. We published an article that was sourced from a confidential corporate document. We should have known this information was confidential and should not have published it. We unreservedly apologize to Take-Two Games, and we have undertaken not to repeat such actions again. We have also agreed to donate over £1 million to charities chosen by Take-Two Games. What? Am I missing something here?
I'm really lost.
Because if they had illegally obtained the documents, which they haven't said that they did, and in fact, it's not in our notes, but I believe they said that they were provided by an anonymous source for free, which is how sourcing for rumor mill stories happens. What exactly is going on here? So, yeah, Twitch chat? Why don't we talk to Twitch chat? Everyone else seems to be confused. And yeah, so, what did you call a cat or whatever your name is? I don't know. I think you're a Prime subscriber, so cool, that's neat. If someone leaked a confidential document, that's on them, not the reporter. Yes. As far as I'm aware, it works the same way in the UK, which is where this whole thing took place, as it does here, where if you don't have an NDA and you don't have any other kind of confidentiality agreement or legal obligation, it's completely not your problem.
So, like, did they have some partnership agreement of some kind or something? Like, there must be something else going on that we don't know.
Yeah,
right?
Because if they stole the documents, like, if reporters from, oh shoot, who was it again?
Trusted reviews.
Yeah, if reporters from Trusted Reviews, like literally donned ninja outfits and snuck into the Red Dead Redemption 2 like development studio and stole documents, that's illegal. If somebody else stole the documents and provided them without them buying stolen goods, you don't want to pay for stolen goods, okay? But if someone just provided them free of charge, to my knowledge, that's not illegal for Trusted Reviews. So I am not getting anyone. Yeah, see, this is another thing. Brubient says I'm more surprised that Trusted Reviews has £1 million to donate.
I've
so
been
it's their
trying to figure out
parent
who
company.
they are.
Yeah, Trusted Reviews is owned by crap, I can't remember, but I was doing a little bit of research into this before the show actually. Wow, it does happen from time to time because I was just like, what is going on right now? I do not understand this.
What?
If it was confidential, there could have been something in their terms of service, making them
But they
liable
wouldn't
if it
have
wasn't for their eyes.
signed- they wouldn't
Yeah,
have
but that's not
signed.
enforceable. Like I remember having this argument with Luke, where I was like, "Look, on all of our email signatures, we need to have that confidentiality for your eyes only. If you're the unintended recipient, please delete this." And he's like, "Those are completely unenforceable. This is stupid." And I'm like, "Look, I don't care. Sometimes it's about scare tactics rather than the actual
We
law."
did it anyways, but yeah, it's useless.
Oh, yeah, fine. Look, I'm not digging this debate back up.
I mean, I put it on my new email anyways.
Look, from time to time, I'm correct. Cloudflare, who was right?
Okay. All right. Okay.
He didn't even want to contact them. He was like, "No, that's not going to work." Okay.
To be fair, they have failed us more than a few times. But
However.
in general, they have been very helpful.
He was like, "There is no way to fix this problem." I'm like, I Google it. I'm like, "Contact these guys." No. Call them. I had to issue like an executive order to call Cloudflare.
Yep. No.
Now, in
I
Luke's
concede,
defense,
I concede.
this is an example that I love to bring up because it was like the time that I was right about something like super technical and or like network administration admin like crap. It was like my one time to shine, so I love bringing it up. But he's usually right about that stuff.
I immediately looked up
Yeah.
a way to get around their security, which is why I was like, what the hell? But most of the stuff that happens in that realm is automated anyways, and it's very good at blocking all that kind of stuff. And very often it's hard to get through this stuff. Anyways.
Anyway, so in a nutshell, we still don't know what the crap's going on other than like the only thing that I can really come up with is that they're trying to avoid damaging the relationship with Take-Two. But then
That's one hell of a...
here's where it gets deeper to me. How is that relationship worth £1 million?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, that's one hell of a try to fix this relationship.
Yeah. Like I could even see, like, okay, let's say
Who owns this? How big are they?
pick a tech company.
Like, you're not talking like Intel, Nvidia.
Anyone.
Go with Gigabyte.
Gigabyte. Okay, pick Gigabyte. If we did something that really screwed over Gigabyte real good, like, we somehow obtained their roadmap for their upcoming graphics cards that they had an NDA with NVIDIA for or something, and we did a story on it that got them in a whole bunch of trouble, and they were like, "Yo, man, like this is terrible. You basically just got us cut off from NVIDIA. Our company's revenue is going to be down 20% next year. What the heck, man?" Like I could see us being like, "Okay, why would we do that? That's stupid. That's ridiculous." Okay. So fine. Who's the ownership again?
I think it's Time. It's TI Media, who I think owns like
Okay.
Time and stuff.
Okay, so what is this? Rugby World, Shooting
France.
Gazette. Oh,
Sorry, I screwed that up.
Wallpaper asterisk, Woman and Home, What's on TV, Uncut, Shooting something, Shooting Times, Now, Boat Owner. I don't
I've
even
never
recognize
heard
most
of
of this stuff.
Any of this.
Home and Garden. That's Home and Garden's.
Yeah, I've heard of
Ideal Home.
a few more brands.
Golf Monthly. I haven't looked at a magazine in so long that like
It seems like old print magazines.
Okay, so that kind of makes sense.
Yachting.
Yachting. Okay.
25 Beautiful Homes is the name of one of their brands.
Okay, well, at any rate, okay, so I guess they're a big deal. So they clearly have £1 million to throw around, and apparently it was worth making this go away to them somehow.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's all I really have to say about that. Why don't we go ahead and...
I feel like TI Media needs to use like Squarespace or something because their websites are kind of dirt. Look at this. Tiny little bar at the top. Massive freaking image. You have to scroll down a bit before you get past it, and then finally information.
That's kind of like a trendy thing, though. Like there was some like
stupid.
weird computer company or something that I was on their website, and it just like had all it was like embedded videos, and I was like, no. You need to have text on your website.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a few super chats. Derry says, "Bork, I'm a dog. What would your persona be if you were a furry?" I'd be a goat.
I don't. A wolf?
A wolf.
A bear?
Oh, careful.
Oh.
Uncurp101 says, "Love the content. Keep it up, man." Eric says, "Review it." Not sure what you're talking about anymore, Eric. That was a long time ago, presumably.
That was probably the Walmart PC.
Yes. Hassan says, "Can we have an actual blindfold build?" Actually, we are working on that.
No.
Corrupt Turret says, "Thanks to the runner and those working behind the scenes. Glad to save such a worthy cause. Put this donation towards Viewer's Choice." Oh, yeah, we haven't done Viewer's Choice in a long time. Ali says, "Dab." D-A-B. That's not dab.
That is dab.
That is dab? Which one is dabbing again? Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's some micro dab thing now
Sheesh.
where it's like smaller or something. I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. I don't follow these things very well.
Arctic Royal says, "Gaming PC? I don't even trust Walmart for food." Ouch. Dang. Haymaker. "Hello, Linus. This is my first stream. It's midnight here in the UK. You're probably not watching anymore then. Well, at any rate, hi. In the UK, Walmart is called Asda? Do they have a UK like thing? Well done. That was a great workout, says my watch. Brilliant. Mike says, "How you guys doing?" I'm good. Paul says, "I always thought they wanted ROG to sound like Rogue." Ha, nope. It was much dumber than that. Gorla says, "Nothing." Hi, Gorla. Tom says, "Assembling a gaming PC isn't really skilled labor." You'd be surprised how bunged up that can get. Dan says, "Build a PC blindfolded." Sounds like a video. Yeah, it sounds like it at this point. Scooby-Doo says, "Can you do wired and wireless Wi-Fi cards, please?" Can you do a wired and wireless Wi-Fi cards, please?
Probably means reviews. Asda is owned by Walmart. It's not like technically Walmart, but it's a subsidiary of Walmart.
We don't really review Wi-Fi cards, unfortunately. Linus TLDR. "You're knowledgeable, but sometimes your voice annoys me after extensive amounts of time." Work on that?
What?
No. This is a thing. This is absolutely a thing.
But work on that? You're going to go to like voice coaching?
You know what? I actually did experiment with it for a little bit. So there was a video that I hosted when I was like really sick and my voice was super low. And there were like a bunch of comments about it. I was like, okay, you know what? Why don't we try hosting my videos like this for a little while? And it's obviously still my voice, but it's a little bit less shrill. Like it's not like, what? Yeah.
I don't like it.
Overall, the feedback was negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound like you. I don't know. Especially on a review channel, I think the genuineness is important.
Noah says, "You're awesome. Hope to see LTX in the USA soon." Probably not, but LTX this coming year. Just to give you guys some idea how seriously we're taking it, I have issued a directive as of yesterday that the person who's going to be organizing LTX, which will probably be Colton's wife, Steph, needs to start full-time, like now. Like 7 months prior. Like, I want it to be way better this year.
Cool.
Yeah. Not that it was terrible. It just...
But there was like a lot of noticeable room for improvement.
Yes.
But it was very good. It was a very fun event, but there was a lot of like, okay, yeah.
Shout out to Mike Adams. Holy smokes. How are there so many super chats? Drex says, "Please review
There's
the
a lot.
Nubia X, the double screen phone." Ah, man. I'm so tired of reviewing phones right now. It is so boring. I think that's why they're all turning into rants. I'll get back to you on that one. Laser says, "I love my Moto Z Force with an add-on battery." Okay. Michael says, "Why don't people buy the lower-end phones new from Apple? It's not like the new phones are much noticeably faster." Yes, but there's the support period. Like, I would pay an extra couple. By the time you're paying $600-700 for a phone you're going to use with 2 years of support, why not pay $800-900 for one with 3.5 years of support?
There's also
left?
like, even if it's new, you still get the software slowdown, right?
No, only once your battery degrades.
Okay.
All right, I think that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys. We will see you again next week, same bat time.